Well, today, May 5th, marks Missing and Murdered Indigenous People Awareness Day in Alaska.
Native American and Alaska Native people experience rates of violence and crime higher than the national average. That's according to the Department of the Interior. The Alaska Department of Public Safety says investigators who are dedicated to working on those cases.
They work in collaboration with our other units within ABI and some of our troopers that are out in rural Alaska to augment and supplement some of the efforts that are being done and to liaise with some of the tribal community members out there to help foster relationships and bring about sort of a collaborative approach to helping solve these cases.
Now, while advocacy and law enforcement investigations are being done, what is being called an MMIP crisis is not over as cases are still being discovered.
MMIP Advocate Antonia Commack joins us to talk about her connection with MMIP tonight.
Antonia, thank you so much for being here. And we'll start with, I know a lot of people probably do know what this means, but for those that do not, can you talk about the significance of the handprint, the red handprint that's across your face?
Sure. So the red handprint that I'm wearing on my face, it symbolizes the missing and murdered Indigenous peoples movement. It also symbolizes our missing and murdered loved ones whose voices have been silenced.
And what happened that inspired you to take on this role advocating for change?
Sure. So I started my advocacy back in 2017 when my best friend and cousin Robin Gray was murdered. And then 3 years later, our other best friend, Kristen Huntington, was murdered. So that's where my advocacy started. And then after their murderers were sentenced, I took it upon myself to advocate on behalf of other families because I had all of this knowledge.
Yeah, it's incredible what you do. One person that you're focused on right now, 14-year-old Emily Pike, who was found in Arizona. What would you like people to know about Emily?
Sure. So Emily Pike was a 14-year-old Indigenous girl who was found, I don't know how else to say it, but she was found in several pieces in Arizona on the side of the highway. And I advocate for Emily because I want everybody to know that this isn't just an issue in Alaska, it's an issue all over the nation, all over the world, actually. And just the fact that this happens to children like Emily and it's not being talked about is unacceptable.
You know, there's been more awareness, I feel like, that comes out, but talk about those changes that still need to happen to bring justice to families and to stop this cycle of violence.
Sure. So some of the changes, I feel like we can start with communication on behalf of law enforcement. At the very least, that's what a lot of families are asking for. Even if there are no updates, the families just want to know that law enforcement is still thinking about that case and they haven't just pushed it to the side.
And Antonia, how can Alaskans get involved in this effort if they'd like to?
Sure. So I always tell everybody that there's lots of ways that people can get involved, right? Whether you're an artist or whether you have a loud voice or you want to volunteer at our events. A lot of people follow me on my social media and I tell them just to share the things that I share, you know, repost, talk about it, tell your friends and family.
I'm very sorry if you're lost, and thank you for being here to speak with us tonight.
Antonia,
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for more information, head to our website and search for Indigenous Echoes. You'll find a story that gives more details on those statistics.